We can't overstate the importance of this one. If Billy Thorpe can win it, Marcus Shamat there will be seriously worried. And the reason for that, if Thorpe does come through, the USA will be more than halfway towards the goal of winning the Mosconi Cup for the first time since 2009.
USA win the lag.
Amazing, and no prizes for guessing which player comes into this final match with momentum. Phil.
First rack, race to 5.
Billy Thorpe just securing a point for
breaks.
Team USA.
Just six quickly then, please.
World number 1, Eklent Kaçi, looking edgy. Well, he's got an open look at the 2, far from easy. But in singles play, you really can build up a little rhythm. As we see the break once again from Thorpe. And you don't get distracted with your partner talking to you.
Yes, it grazed the orange 5 ball and stopped it in the middle of the table, the 2. Manna from heaven.
Three-9. Whip it like fashion. Thorpe.
Extension called.
Big shot.
It's enough.
Carrying right through from where he and his partner provided the initiative in the last one. Billy Thorpe secures the first rack here against Kaçi. 1-0 Europe already leading. Sorry, 1-0 USA already leading 5-4.
Break. Great game.
It was a quick path to the winner's circle in rack number 1, the 3-9 combination. An emphatic win for Billy Thorpe. And looking at the 2 players just during that short break, Phil, one looked determined, the other scared for me. And Kaçi, I mean, our colleague Alex Lely has said that Kaçi is very strong, very strong and sound mentally. He's never experienced anything like the Mosconi Cup. But you don't become the world number 1 with luck.
He's got the tools, it's just a matter of whether he can harness them. Over the last 18 months, he's had a fantastic time. He broke through by winning the Aramith Masters on the World Pool Series, beat Carlo Biardo in the final of that one. That was in April 2017. US Open runner-up last year also. He won the Treviso Open in Italy this year. And in fact, he qualified for the European team with 2 events to spare. That's how many points he was racking up. And yet here, well, not being unkind, he's looked vulnerable.
This is the tonic, though, for an ailing Kaçi. Get that back arm oiled. And knock some balls in. Remind yourself what you're capable of. And find that self-belief.
Extension called.
Just got to avoid the 9 here. Either draw above the 9 or stun below it. Nice and still. Always a good sign when you're delivering the cue. Well, Phil, we knew what he could do. We just hadn't seen it. Now he's given everybody an indication.
And after that, if he carries on, you get the feeling he could go from vulnerable to victorious. That's more like it.
And this is what he needs. A little bit of support from his teammates, his captain. They're all there for him. He needs to start getting a little bit of positivity in his game.
And Jim, you know you're a twice World Championship quarter-finalist at the Crucible. Winning frames, winning racks, they all come equal in terms of the scoreboard, but if you win one fluently like that, it gives you that extra boost. You can't do better than breaking and running that promoted rhythm.
Yeah, the pressure's there, Phil. Anytime you go out there into an arena like this, you don't try and block it out. You have to try and embrace it. You know, but this is, again, where all those hours of practice on the table, you know, the muscle memory, the focus has to kick in. You just allow yourself to get out of your own way.
And we've seen so often, if a player can get the monkey off his back and get a match win under his belt, he comes back the next day a different animal.
Settle down, please. Hang on. Honestly, guys, we need to be quiet. I'm not going to do it again.
Referee
nice
Nigel
quiet
Rees,
again,
again, just calling order, as our officials will do. He gets a little too rowdy to respect their due. But it's back now to Billy Thorpe. We'll see if he can reply in kind. One just slithering past the 7. And a tailor-made break here for Thorpe.
Yes, it was the last ball rolling, and it just emerged from the back of that brown 7 ball to Thorpe's great gratitude. I thought for a split second there he might have really hampered queuing, but again, the white just travelling sufficiently. Maybe a centimetre enough.
Yeah, he'll want to try and reach this. Again, he's circling around the table. That might look like wasted movement. This is gathering himself, composing himself. No, he's not caught that one as intended. There was no spin on that cue ball at all. Well, he was nervous, and he gave us an indication of it.
I think that was a matter of balance. He seemed to me as though he was off balance. Dug into the shot, and hence self-imposed snooker, self-imposed hook.
Yeah, that's a good observation, Phil. He didn't look settled on that shot at all. Has he been lucky? No, he is not. Well, these are the opportunities that Kaçi needs to take advantage of. Nice confident strike there. That look of determination hasn't left Thorpe's face, but in your chair doesn't have the same gravity. Doesn't look like the same player for from the doubles, Phil, does it?
Well, yet another indication of just how quickly things change in the Mosconi Cup. I was as guilty as anyone. I was using the word vulnerable at the start of the previous rack. That word is now entirely redundant.
He's got a bit of a snooker background. And fun to
Thank you.
It's the fourth rack of our last match on day 2.
2 racks to 1.
The best that Europe can hope for is 5-5 overnight. And a dry break, is it? 9 balls on the table.
The 6 just flicked the 8. Has it flicked it enough? Don't think so. There's the answer. But the bank was available. Alex was making the point earlier that the portion of the United States where he's from, bank pool, is massive. The Derby City Classic attracts hundreds of entries to the bank pool division. I think it was 470 last time or something ridiculous.
Pitch the cue ball. He slightly lost it there. It's going to take a good shot to retrieve ideal position. And that caused an anxious moment or two.
In the doubles that preceded this, on a couple of occasions Thorpe potted balls. Okay, they went in, but that shoulder was involved, and I think it was there as well. Just needs to keep that physical movement under control. The more still you can keep the head, the better it is.
Helpless in his chair. Now Thorpe's turn to shine.
The moral of that story, Jim, breaking dry is not recommended. 2-2.
Keep your man loose. The pool table.
Well, I'll tell you what, coming from the States, he's got a great surname. Jim Thorpe was one of the great athletes of all time. Not that well known, but he was a phenomenal baseball player, American footballer, trackman, everything he could do. A multitude of sports at the very highest level.
USA to break. 2-2.
Only attacking option following this break, and a good one, is going to be a combination. So how do you feel, Billy Thorpe? Feeling pretty good, Phil. And I think he's nudged this one out far enough where it'll pass.
Well, win or lose, I like his attitude. He genuinely seems to be enjoying himself.
Settle down a bit.
That smile sometimes is forced on the faces of Q Sports exponents, but I think with him it's genuine.
enough.
In times past, the visiting American team on these shores seemed intimidated by the hostile reception they get from the crowd. This team looks very different.
This looks like a different mindset to me. A little more focused, a little more confidence, more self-belief. You know, a lot of that falls to the captain and co-captain, Johan Rushink and Jeremy Jones, the two gentlemen right there in the middle of your screen bottom.
Jones on the left said that when he was watching last year's Mosconi Cup in Las Vegas, he felt like cringing. He's not cringing now. He's loving it.
Settle down, please. Settle down, please.
Easiest of nines to reestablish that one rack advantage in the race to 5. 3-2 USA and Billy Thorpe looking for a 2-point overnight lead.
And again, as he did after the first rack, Eklent Kaçi looking a little crestfallen, trying to smile but finding it rather a difficult exercise. He's got to tell himself, I'm numero uno. I've risen to the top of the world pool rankings because I can really play this game. That's a terrific level, Thorpe.
Different players prepare in different ways. Thorpe listening to the music. Both players extremely focused. And I think both of them understand the magnitude of this situation.
When you analyse the cup overall, Jim, when the final ball spotted on Friday, you might well recall this match as being one of the pivotal moments.
Very true, Phil. Very true. If USA win this match and go on to win the Mosconi Cup in its 25th anniversary, there's a lot of people that are going to remember this match. And that's the task at hand right now for the world number one. Beautiful break. Wide open look at the two. The table is set.
One break and run out to his credit already in this match, and really this should be the second.
May have just stopped in time. It's close. Well, looked like he was getting down to shoot the three. I'm not sure he can see enough of it, Phil. Well, there you go. If he makes this, he's going to have to spin that cue ball. Just slightly overhit that. Just a bit too much adrenaline in that back arm.
Yes, and because of the generosity of the pockets, he got quite a wide margin of error there.
He spun it enough. Nicely retrieving the situation. And this was all about speed too. You had to allow that spin to take. That was a great recovery shot. Wow. Wow. Don't know what to say. He shakes his head after such a great shot, Phil, to throw it away.
Well, look, let's not put too fine a point on it. That was just awful. Awful. The product of pressure.
No other explanation. A miss that he and Europe won't forget soon.
Well, in the second rack of these doubles with Shaw, Kaçi missed the 8-ball across the top rail playing position. That miss was much worse. Well, he was a little snatchy on it, Thorpe, but it went in nevertheless, and he ain't missing this. He'll be thinking about it, especially if he loses.
Phil, he's just played a shot he won't forget for the rest of his life.
So just the 7 disappearing, but there's a clear shot on the 1.
Kaçi thought that it was a dry break, and Billy Thorpe reminded him he made one in the side pocket. He is, it does sum up the night that the world #1 is having. Two over on the left-hand side of the table as we look. There's an awkward ball right now. Kaçi is just having a look. It doesn't pass the 3. shot on the one won't do his flagging confidence any harm. This is a very tough shot here. Faces him now, Phil.
Extension called.
And the way he's looking at this, he's going to try and make that 3. So into the cushion on the line that he's showing you. He's got the 9 as a bit of a buffer. If he does overhit the 2 somewhat, the 2 can go off the 9 and knock the 3 in. He played it as though he left it to chance whether he was going to have position on the 2, and he doesn't. Oh, is there a possibility of making the 6 here? Is the 2 in front of the 6 enough where he can play the billiard and try and get the 6 into the side? He was far enough ahead of it, but again, he's going to have to pull another rabbit from a hat.
That 9 ball just keeps obstructing.
I'll tell you, the shots that we've seen from Eklent Kaçi in this rack, this will be one of the best runouts you will have ever seen. He's still got to complete it though. But he's shown us everything, Phil. Combinations, billiards, jump shots, and banks.
Settle down, please.
And yet one more billiard. Doesn't mind seeing that disappear. What a performance to stay in the hunt.
From the man who missed a sitter.
Decided to remind us how he got to the world #1 ranking yet again. Tricky 9. He's got to have it. What an out from Eklent Kaçi there. As good an out as you're ever going to see in a Mosconi Cup. Keeping European hopes alive in the last match on day 2.
If that was in rack 1, that would have been impressive. But to keep the contest alive, well, Houdini would have been proud of that.
A wall of balls as Europe look on, creating the total eclipse right now for Eklent Kaçi to the 1.
If Europe could win this match 3 weeks before Christmas, it would be the ultimate bonus.
Push out called.
Well, he's just given a different angle to the 1. Billy Thorpe will have a look at it. It's going to be a kick no matter what. Can't see him taking it on.
Reset the clock, please. Start the clock, please.
So what did the 19-year-old have in mind?
Extension called. It's enough.
Crowd will tell you what they think of that effort. '25th year this event has been in existence, and only one Mosconi Cup separate them. 12-11 with one tie favoring Europe. America wants to try and put that right. We all know, we all remember they owned this event in the early days. Well, that's an effort. And a long look at the three. No mean feat to knock this one in. But he's still at the table. Well, he opted for discretion as he left path between the 7 and the 9 to be able to strike this 3. It's very close.
The onset of the beeps there made him rush that shot.
Two cushion escape. Yeah, that was close. And because it was played at speed, rightfully so, I think referee Nigel Reese wants to have a look at that. And I don't blame him. Let's look. Just caught the 3 first. But close enough to have a better look. Great shot from Thorpe.
Yes, and the cool head of Nigel Reese calling for the replay just to make absolutely sure.
Down.
It's never easy. Cue ball could have stopped just about anywhere on the path it just took, but there. Yeah, he's still not going to be happy with that effort at all. You've got to expect Billy Thorpe to knock this in, even though he can't see it.
Not Jim. Kaçi's favourite pocket, that.
Or his favorite ball.
That's enough.
Doesn't want to be straight on this. Well, he can get his cue hand on the table. If he is straight, he's going to have to try and draw this back. Unwanted contact on the 7.
Kaçi in his chair, gripping like he's on an aeroplane with turbulence.
Thorpe smiling, used all of that pocket, and it's still not easy.
Ooh, it was a very acute angle. The cue ball just missed the middle. The 8 is in, and the 9. Here the Americans whoop. Billy Thorpe, come on down. Fantastic stuff. It was 3-2 last night for the Americans. It's 3-2 this evening also. And the sum and substance is they're more than halfway to overall victory. At the end of day 2 here at the Mosconi Cup, it's USA 6, Europe 4.